Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Rowe. We're looking at Geometry Honors. This is Lesson 7. And here's an example like number 11. So this is a trapezoid and you're asked to find the area. But there's some issues. Well, number one, we don't know the height of the trapezoid, so we have to figure that out. But we are given some information here. Second is this is not, one of these values is not the total length of one of the bases. So we're going to have to figure out the total length of a base. So let's start off with figuring out what the height is, and then we'll figure out the bases to fill in the formula. So how do we find this height? Well, this right here gives you a clue. It's a right angle, so that means we're going to have to apply the Pythagorean theorem. And so the Pythagorean theorem for this right triangle right here, I've got the right angle right here, so that means this is the leg, so 8 is one of the legs. The height is the other leg, and then 17 is the hypotenuse. So I'm going to fill that in. And so I know that 8 is one of the legs. The height, or x, is the other leg. And then 17 is the hypotenuse. So I'm going to solve for x right here. 8 squared is 64. 17 squared is 289. I'm going to subtract 64 from each side. And so x squared is going to equal 225. And remember, the last step in any Pythagorean theorem problem is to find a square root. So we're going to find the square root of 225, and x is going to equal 15. So that means the height right here is 15. So now, step 2, find the area. Area equals 1/2 the height times the sum of the bases. So we've got to figure out all this information. Well, we just figured out the height. So the height is going to be 15. We know that the base across the top, this top base, we'll call that B1, that's 28. And so now what about B2? Well, B2 is this entire distance all the way across. So if I add 32 and 8, I get 40 as my B2. So B2 is going to equal 40. And so now I've got enough to figure out what the area is. So I'm going to substitute those values in. So I've got the area will equal 1/2 the height, so 1/2 15 times the sum of the bases, 28 plus 40. And now I'm not using a calculator, so I'm just going to show you some tricks here. I got 1/2 times 15 times 68. I can apply the half to either one of these, not both, but either one. So I'm going to apply it to the second thing because it's even. And then 15 times 34 I've already worked out, and that gives me 510. And since this is area, it would be units squared. So I hope this helps you with number 11 in lesson 7. If you still struggle with this as you're working, please let me know through teacher message or make an appointment for a help session.